Hey everyone, in today's episode what we're doing is getting a Raleigh chopper gear shifter built up. We've already got all the parts ready to go. So we've got shifter base, lever, piston, slider arm, and then the slider arm table. You'll have a front plate as well, which will attach up to there. Obviously you'll have two side plates. Actually, funny story, right? I had this seat base spare, so I only had the one in it, and I was hunting through my boxes and managed to find one yesterday. So we've got two of them now. I've had to do a slight repair, which everybody will know who's done these before. On the slider table, there's two pins which hold the table in position. And this one actually broke off. So what I've done, I've drilled it out where it was sat with the existing one, and then just used an old drill bit and then just fastened it into place. So we've done that. So we've got gear cable, which is ribbed. So we've got that to go on. So yeah, what we'll do first, we'll get the bolts in position where this one goes here, then this one goes there. Reason being, once you get the gear cable in place, it's kind of a tight squeeze to do so. So what I suggest is always have some, I'll cut these down ever so slightly. These are new, I've already got new nuts and bolts. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you got all washers on them, so everything stays tight, so you're not having to adjust stuff later down the line. So yeah, find some washers first, get them in. So we'll put one on the top. So what I like to do, get one to there, and then make sure you put this on the top. Reason being, when it comes to having the shifter on, that'll be your gap, so where that will sit down. So get one there, another washer just underneath that, and then from that you want a nut, keep that up to there. You won't need any nuts and washers until, or the bolt, you won't need it until you start fitting it onto the frame. So make sure you get them tight. Use a good flathead screwdriver as well for these big head flatheads. So that's in situ, that slight twist. See, it's slightly off centre. Doesn't make a massive difference, but if you're not completely straight with it, it won't line up correctly when it comes onto the frame, screwed up, bolted up. So I've got that one there. Another one, two more washers. So I like to have a pack of washers, it just makes it easier. At the end of the day, I'm not going fully original on this bike, it's going to have some reproduction parts. I'm up to, obviously in the last video you've seen the decals being fitted, so it's coming up to a good amount of progress now. I think I'm actually going to get the handlebars re-chromed. I'll be sending them off to John Carter. I did see him just after racing on last Sunday, so I've got a sissy bar and a bolt to go through on the frame. Not the frame, sissy bar, sorry. And then I've got to get some sissy bar springs and what else? Front wheel R nuts, because I didn't have them at the time. So I've got all that in situ. Might slit slightly higher. It does help having, like, these are the existing original ones, so there's not much difference in the heights. So yeah, first things first, just get them in situ, then you've got them done. Obviously when it comes to putting it onto the bike, you can always hacksaw them off. So yeah, first things first, just remember how, ooh, I know I've done. Right, this needs to come off. It's right me saying, oh, they've got to go on first, but you need to get the slider pin in first, so we'll do that just after. Back one should be fine. So that can go there for a second. What I like to do as well, because obviously this is a moving part, is just dab a bit of grease inside there so it moves nicely. We'll just get a good amount just in there. See, it's moving part, so got that done. So what we'll do next, got a pin here. So you can buy these kits off eBay, but it is quite good to try to keep the original ones when rebuilding a shifter. But I'm building it from scratch, so that's why I think the best way when you're restoring these type of bikes is get it as a bike, so you're not having to buy all parts, because then it can get quite expensive. I've done it kind of this one on a bit, not I wouldn't say a budget, but on a decent price. At the end of the day, there is other bikes which you can borrow parts off, such as what's it called? Let's get some squeeze out. Yeah, you can obviously like headsets, pedals and brake levers and lamp bracket. You can borrow them off other bikes, but it's always best just to get a complete bike. Then if you do want to go down a line of chroming, you can do so, and you're not having to source parts. In the same sense, you can always well, it depends on what you want to do. This pin's being quite tough to go in. I'm not using the best of pliers either. So you've got some other grips. Together that. The spring's missing out of this, so it's going to be a bit tricky. Just line that up. That's in pretty much got a good amount. Try and press that down. Is that lined up? There we go. Beautiful. I know you might have seen a few of these videos being done where shifters are built, but it's always nice to be refreshed. Right, so we've got them in now, and then from either side of that piston you'll have a hole. It's always good. Oops, it's always good to dab a bit of grease in that. Reason being, it keeps the ball bearing just in position. Sleeve with the spring as well. You put a spring in there, and you want to be putting 2 ball bearings. They should hold in situ. And then once you've done that, you grab that, and you'll have a plate. So you want to put 1 plate on that side, slide it in, make sure it goes all the way down to the bottom, and then it'll have a little notch there. So both ball bearings are in that. Well, one is. So once you've done that, you can do it with one really, but I like to get them in both at the same time. So squeeze. Well, I can actually. I'll do one on that side. Pick that up. That one's in that side, so when you come to put the plate on this side, you can always slide the ball bearing in at that time, that way. The 1 ball bearing's there. Don't want to go in with it. It's trapped on that spring. Go. Slides in nicely. Alright, so when you've got it up to that position, you should have that up to there. Leave that grease up to that point, and then get that slid in. You'll have the other plate. That slots in there. So with a little pick just to push the ball bearing down. Right. And then you'll grab your pin, which you slide straight through. Hold the lever in its right position. And some of them do have you have a spring washer. This kit's come with having it with whatchamacallit, like a pin what goes through, but didn't come with a kit, so it does look a bit biggish. There we go. Get some of these bars on that. Being a bit tricky, this one. Never used this one before, so. Okay. Pushed on now. Make sure that's sitting all the way. There we go. Lovely. See what I mean about having the grease in it? Just helps every little moving part. Just have a bit in there. Oops, too much. Have a bit more in there. Just over a period of time. I know it's probably going to push it out, but put a bit in there as well. Okay. So what we want to do now, get straight up to the top, where you can run your cable just underneath. Slide that in. So it's quite handy to have a pick when you're doing this. There we go, slid in. Make sure that slots in as well correctly. And then you slide the table. A little bit ski with. I'll adjust that up. So that's a little tweak. Giving that a tweak. Let's just slide that on there. So you'll have a gear shift the lever. Pardon me. Oops, that way around. So that slid there. Slide the table onto there, and then you'll see through the gears. Go. There we do. Put on there. Just down. Who make these all fiddly? I'm gonna go on or what? See if we get on that part. Oh dear. Don't jump off. Oh dear. I've got to do a slight adjustment to that pin anyway. So yeah, so what we did at the start, obviously you got the front part here. So we'll put that bolt through. Okay. From that. Do. Have it. This one's shifted on. Always put a screw on it just after. I've got a new knob to come through as well, new gear knob what I need to fit, which will be coming through the paste. But there we go. Straightforward. Put in gear shifted together. Actually. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and then yeah, get another video popped up soon. Trying to think what we've got. I'm going to be putting on. I did say in the next video I was going to be putting the stand and the bottom bracket in on and everything on the chopper frame, but I'll do it in the next one following. So I've got the bottom bracket stand, I've got the rear mudguard, rack, and rear brake fitted. So yeah, and then I think it'll be a bit of a brake. I've got, well, not so much a brake, get all the cranks on the chain, shifter fitted in another video, but I'm going to be getting the bars re-chromed, so can't put any brakes on it just yet. Can't put the brake levers on and the grips and stuff until that's all being sorted. I'm going to go for the re-chroming the handlebars. Just reason being, I've got a set of bars, but they could do with a re-chrome personally. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope you all enjoyed the content and enjoyed watching. Right. Thank you very much. Have a great evening, guys.